we've been talking about innovation, startups, transformations. Can you name a company or a couple of experiences out there that just surprised you on like major change agents or digital innovation changers that have frankly just surprised you one way or the other, whether it's good, bad, or otherwise? I always find it's a little insightful to learn a little bit about where you think some of the coolest changes or most negative changes are.
So this one might sound like it's coming out of left field. We've been talking about the startup space. We've been talking about technology, but one of the companies that have surprised me most in terms of digital innovation and transformation is actually the New York Times. So I think back to 15 years ago, the New York Times, they had their website with the newspaper. You could log in, you could read it, but it was, I think about 7 years ago or so, you saw this huge digital push from the New York Times. And today you look at them and they have their crossword app that people play on their phone all the time. They have all of their podcasts that people are listening to. The Daily is oftentimes the number one most listened to podcast in the United States. And I think about that and I'm like, somebody was really intentional about this change that they made and this push into digital. Because at the time when they really reinvented themselves, people were saying journalism is dead. All of these newspapers, these local syndicates are going out of business. And New York Times was basically like, hey, hold my beer. Watch us transform the journalism space and watch us stick around.
And you're not wrong on that one. I actually love the New York Times story because they went from being one of the most stodgy, traditional print publications to, like you said, nearly overnight transforming to this digital enterprise that just instantly swamped the marketplace with all of the different things that they can do and changing very quickly from that only print and web to going to every modality that they could use to reach out to their constituents and users. So it's been amazing watching them.
Yeah. And they're onto something too, because you see it, other people have followed them. Like look at the Wall Street Journal now. They've followed right behind them with that same strategy.
Yeah. Well, and it's everybody now, right? I mean, every single major organization is starting to take this ideal of digital transformation. That's why we love talking about digital 2.0 because, digital transformation, something we did 15 years ago. Let's talk about the next evolution of it.